Good morning, friends.
Woo, happy Easter.
Happy Easter. I'm so excited to be here. My name's Carola, and I'm on staff here at Sycamore Creek, and we're going to do a kids' Easter story. I'm so excited.
Kids Easter.
Kids' Easter. Tom, what's up with Kids' Easter?
I don't know. I just found out about it.
Kids' Easter. So, the Easter story can be pretty intense, I find. It can be pretty intense. It can be pretty emotional. But for our kids, we like to tell the story in kind of a different way to give them that joy and hope of the Easter morning that we're feeling today, and we hope you're feeling it. We've got our friends here on Zoom. Say hi, friends. Wave. Come on. Yay!
Nora,
Hi!
Lulu, River, Zion, and Piper.
We're so happy to see you, and we have Talia and Micah
in
here
the studio.
They're going to be listening to the Easter story, and they're creating some paintings. So while you're at home listening to the Easter story, go ahead and get some colored pencils or crayons. Go ahead and get some Play-Doh or clay or even some Legos or Connects, and you can create and build as we're listening to the Easter story. Create based on what you hear and what you're inspired by.
All right. Are we ready for the Easter story?
I think we're ready.
All right. Here we go. From John 20. Here's the Easter. I'm going to ask you some questions along the way so you can wonder with me, because there's a lot of things to wonder in this Easter story.
You can talk about those questions with your sibling or your parent or guardian that's there with you.
We want to see their works of art afterwards too,
Yes,
right?
please.
Take some pictures of them and post them on social media. What are they tagging it?
We're going to hashtag SCCMI, and you can have a parent or guardian help you with that as well.
Are you playing your ukulele while I do this story?
Play the ukulele.
Okay.
It's a happy day.
The Easter story for kids to the tune of ukulele.
Yes.
Early on Sunday morning, while it was still dark, thankfully it's not dark right now,
Amen.
Jesus' friend, Mary Magdalene, came to the place where Jesus' body had been put to rest on Friday, but the stone had been rolled away.
Woo! How'd that happen, Tom?
She ran and found Simon Peter and John, and she said, "They have taken the Lord's body out of the tomb."
Whoa.
She was really worried. I wonder what she was worried about.
I think I'd be a little freaked out. I think I'd be a little scared.
What do you wonder about Mary at that point?
Yeah. How do you think Mary would feel?
So Peter and John started running, but John outran Peter. You got to give us some ukulele runnings.
Oh, running music?
Running
Okay.
music. He outran Peter and he reached the tomb first. He peeked inside and he saw the clothes and Jesus' body that Jesus' body had been wrapped in.
So
And
was
then-
Jesus running around without any clothes on?
Was Jesus buck naked? Uh-oh. How did we get there?
How did we get there? What?
Peter and John started running, but John outran Peter and reached the tomb. Oh, wait, I already read that
You
part.
did. Let's go
Yeah.
back.
Rewind. No, fast forward. Then Simon Peter arrived and went inside. He also noticed the clothes lying there. John followed him inside, and that's when he really believed. For until then, they hadn't understood the scriptures that Jesus was going to rise from the dead. Then they went home. They went home.
Wait a second. You just learned that Jesus was going to rise from the dead, like for real, and your first thought is to
They
go
went home? I wonder why they went home.
Why do you think they went home?
Why do you
about
think
that.
they went home? Well, they missed out because Mary was standing outside the tomb crying. And as she wept, she stooped and looked in, and she saw two white-robed angels. Do you have white-robed angels?
I'm not sure I know that many chords for white-robed angels.
It feels like
Maybe
it's
something more
feels like a
complicated.
higher chord to me.
A
than
higher
that.
chord. I'm just going
All
to
right.
go with a C. We're just going to go with a C.
One was sitting at the head and the other at the foot of the place where the body of Jesus had been lying. "Dear woman, why are you crying?" the angels asked her.
Why are you crying?
"Why are you crying?" "Because they have taken away my Lord," she replied, "and I don't know where they had put him." She must have really loved Jesus.
They were really good friends, weren't they?
Yes. And they asked, "Why are you looking for a living person here? This reminds me, we were in the graveyard this morning for our Easter sunrise service. You don't go to a graveyard to find living people, right?
No, not usually. It's pretty quiet there.
No. Why are you looking for a living person here? There is a place for the dead, and Jesus is not here. He is risen.
He is risen indeed. That's right, Micah.
He is risen. Can we get Talia and Micah to
guys
do
ready?
the call and response? Are you guys ready? He is risen.
He is risen indeed.
All right. She turned to leave and saw someone standing there. It was Jesus, but she didn't recognize him.
What did she think?
I wonder why she didn't recognize him. I think,
Yeah.
don't we have a picture
Did
of
he
this
look
whole story
different?
here?
We do have a picture. Let's
Yeah.
pull that up now.
I wonder why she didn't recognize him.
Wow.
Dear woman, why are you crying? Why are you crying? Jesus asked her. Who are you looking for? She thought he was the gardener.
The gardener. Seems
Sir,
pretty nice
she
for
said,
a gardener.
If you have taken him away, tell me where you've put him, and I will get him. Mary, Jesus said. And she turned to him and cried out, Teacher! Do you all say, is that how you respond to your teachers? Do you say, Teacher?
No shouting aloud.
No
Maybe if you're really excited.
The exclamation mark is the outside voice because
Yeah,
they're
yes.
in a graveyard. They're
Teacher!
not inside voices. Don't wait, Jesus said. Go find my brothers and tell them I'm going to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God. And Mary Magdalene found the disciples and told them, I have seen the Lord. There's a lot of exclamation marks in this story.
She sounds pretty excited.
Very much so. 31 exclamation points. Talia
That's a
was
lot of
counting.
exclamation points.
Give or take
Yeah.
a dozen or so.
So we want to ask you one thing. How do you think Mary felt? Let's bring our friends back up on the screen in the Zoom. How do you think Mary felt when she realized who she was talking to? Her friend, her teacher, when she was talking to Jesus. She was what? How did she feel? Can you show us on your faces or maybe in your art how she felt? What do you think? What do you think, Micah and Talia?
Naima looks like she's just barely awake.
Yeah, I understand that feeling. Yeah, I get it. I
She
do.
fainted.
You,
What
what do
I
you
would think like this.
Shocked, maybe? It's hard to tell with masks on. Maybe we
I
cover
think
our
we
face.
forgot to tell Micah and Talia they
can
could
take
take
their
their mask
masks
off
off.
while we're on the screen.
How do you think, Talia? What do you think? How do you think she would feel?
Embarrassed.
Embarrassed? Oh, because she didn't recognize him at first? Well, you know what?
I
If
would
I
think.
see a good friend of mine, and maybe I don't recognize them at first, but I see my friend, I feel pretty happy. And I've got kind of like a little dance I do when I feel happy. It's called like my happy
happy
food
dance?
time dance. So do you have a happy dance that you can? Yeah,
have a dance.
Louisa,
Oh,
there
Lou's
we
got
go.
one.
There's a little
Hold on,
happy
now-
dance.
now
Happy
there's a
dance,
happy
happy
cat.
dance.
Angels gave
Do you have a happy dance, Micah?
summer vacation
No.
clothes.
Okay, we've got summer vacation Jesus over there. And Micah, do you want to show us what you made?
So I did have a Stegosaurus because my Play-Doh just
Always
shaped like
good.
that.
Dinosaurs are always
Stegosaurus,
good.
there were
have
Stegosaurus
a-
is at the resurrection,
Yes.
apparently.
Easter Stegosaurus.
Hold it up real close to the
Yeah,
camera
can you
there.
hold it up? There you go.
I have a thing that like
Bring it down just a little bit.
like
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
the stone rolled away and crossed like on top of it, sort of like that.
Yeah.
So, like,
You've got some
Uh-huh.
lovely Easter colors there and flowers like springtime right there.
I like it.
It's really pretty. It's really nice. Awesome. If you guys want to show us kind of what you're working on, you don't have to be done. You can just show us what you're working on as you're
Lulu, Nora.
going. I see Nora, you've got some Legos there you were building.
Can you hold it closer, Lou?
You want to hold it up? Oh, very good.
Angel, very good, Angel.
Very good. Awesome.
Thanks.
We've got a cat, which is always great.
I'm
we
sure
love
there
that.
were cats at the resurrection.
Yeah,
Kitty
I don't see why not.
Lord.
Probably a couple dogs.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
The
The
Maybe a
Lord of
squirrel.
the Kitty.
Nod your head if you
No,
think there
no,
was
there
a
wouldn't
squirrel
be
at the
any
resurrection.
squirrels because the dogs would have killed them by then.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know. The dogs would have chased him away.
Who's to say, really? Who's to say?
We have loads of dogs in our neighborhood, and none of the schools are gone.
Well, friends, we
Thank
are
the Lord.
so happy to have shared this Easter story with you today and to see your faces and to see your creations. Keep creating, keep being curious and talking with a parent or guardian or your sibling about some of those questions. Why do you think Mary was excited? Why do you think Jesus came to Mary first? Why Mary first? Why not his other disciples?
Yeah.
Because the women are pretty important. That's an awesome thought. That's a good idea, maybe. Maybe that was the reason. Maybe he didn't think the men would believe him. We've got some wisdom over here.
Mike is dropping truth.
He's dropping some truth. It's like the
I did do that. We had that talk at the table, and then you were saying I was.
what?
Come and Jesus
said
was
something
Mary's
about
friend.
And Jesus was Mary's friend. That's
and
right.
Mary was Jesus' friend.
That's right. They were friends.
So maybe that's
And,
why.
and don't
Maybe
get the
that's
Mary
why.
mixed up with the Mary that Mary Jesus' mom.
That's right.
It's a different Mary.
You're right. That
it's
was
like
not
a
his
good
mom.
friend Mary. That's
There's
the
several
confusing
Marys
part.
in the Bible.
Yeah.
Well-
there's at least 3.
Yeah.
3 Marys.
I don't know if this is.
This is a very different
the
live stream than
clickbait
we've ever
Mary.
live
It's
streamed
very
from the
different.
studio.
Bringing kids into the studio is an extremely different experience, but I'm so glad that we did this, and I'm so glad that you are here. I hope you have a fantastic Easter, that you get to have Easter candy, or that you get to enjoy time with your family, and that you keep creating beautiful Easter art. I'm so happy to see you, friends. We're going to say goodbye for now.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.